Hello and welcome. Today we are going to finish up with our third and final region of our original 13 colonies. Previously, we've studied the New England colonies, we've studied the Middle colonies, and today we're going to study the five colonies of the Southern colonies. The five colonies that we'll be studying are Virginia, Maryland, North and South Carolina, and Georgia. Here's kind of a bigger map picture of the five colonies. You can see they take up quite a bit of land area, almost as big as what the Middle and New England colonies are combined. Kind of a close-up view, we have Virginia and Maryland on the top, which we'll be talking about part one. And then in part two of our video, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and also finishing up with the backcountry. Virginia is just kind of a review, so I'm going to kind of go over it kind of quickly. As we started when we did our first three colonies after the lost colony of Roanoke, Jamestown was our first permanent colony in 1607 in Virginia. They had starving time, survived that. John Smith, no work, no eat. John Wolfe invented tobacco, or kind of tobacco, that put them on the map, so to speak, became very wealthy for that. It also encouraged slavery to start in 1619, and also they started to grow and had the first government called the House of Burgesses. As tobacco grew not only or spread not only in Jamestown, but throughout the colony of Virginia, also, unfortunately, slavery grew. And this is probably the primarily reason for slavery is the tobacco, the working in the fields. And you'll see in the more southern colonies too, you had rice and indigo and cotton that were grown in very hard, intensive physical labor. One of the things that occurred in Virginia is something called the Bacon's Rebellion. This has us to do with moving west, and it's kind of like the same track as uh, King Philip's War, where the Puritans tried to move west to the Wampanoag Indians. What happened here is we had a gentleman named Nathaniel Bacon and Governor Berkeley of Virginia. The issue was in the town of Jamestown, river went west. Nathaniel Bacon and his men wanted to keep traveling down the river and trading and expanding their territory. Problem was they were running into the Native Americans who owned the land, and they would end up fighting and battling them a lot. What Nathaniel Bacon requested from Governor Berkeley was troops to help him fight the Native Americans. Governor Berkeley said, "No, the only way we're going to help you is if you pay us money for the troops that you want." Nathaniel Bacon didn't have that money, he was upset. So 1,000 of his followers gathered, started fighting the Native Americans, but they also marched on Jamestown, remember, a permanent colony, and they burnt Jamestown to the ground. Now, needless to say, Governor Berkeley was not very pleased with this, so he organized his militia and sent them after Nathaniel Bacon and his men. Okay, what happened was, though, Nathaniel Bacon, before they could catch him, he actually died of a fever. But they did uh, find the rest of his men, and they convicted 20 of his men and hanged 20 of his men for treason. So that was Macon's Rebellion. But again, it was the idea of moving west and the battles that we're going to have continually moving west. One thing with Virginia I'm going to finish up with here, the University of Virginia is in Charlottesville. 2 years ago, before COVID hit, the Virginia basketball team won the national championship. The head coach is Tony Bennett. Why am I saying this? We have a Wisconsin connection to Tony Bennett. He is from Wisconsin. He played at the University of Green Bay for his dad, Dick Bennett. And we also have a personal connection. I guess I a little bit do. The young lady on the left here, when Tony Bennett was in sixth grade, she taught him. So she's all excited that he's a Division I college coach and coaching the national champions in the University of Virginia. Okay. The second state that we're going to cover, second colony we're going to cover is Maryland. Maryland is also a colony that was developed for religious reasons. We've had earlier the Puritans go to Massachusetts, the Quakers go to Pennsylvania. The Catholic religion faith was looking for a colony, and they were awarded Maryland. A gentleman by the name of Lord Baltimore, that's the city of Baltimore, is named after him, just like Pennsylvania. So the Catholic faith was granted a charter, and many Catholics moved to Maryland to be able to practice their faith. Okay. Here's some fun facts. If you want to pause it or kind of look, I've got them on the slides about Maryland. One of the main parts about Maryland I've always liked is the United States Naval Academy is found in Annapolis, Maryland. If you ever want to go there and visit, that would be a wonderful thing to do. That's the end of part one. We'll come back with the three remaining colonies, the southern colonies, after you finish your activities. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.